everyone. Let me do live. What is going on with everyone? We are live. We are going live. We are going live. What you ordering?
I was in order. I was trying to activate a card.
Oh. Hey guys, again, welcome to I Was Her. I'm actually live right now on my YouTube account. So everybody that want to be a part of this thing, my YouTube account, I'm live right now. Samantha Lee Gibson. Go to the link in my bio, and then all you got to do is come to my YouTube. So if you guys want to be a part of it, let's do it. I got some great questions today. I'll probably answer the first one on both, on my YouTube and on Instagram Live, and then I will just go to my Instagram. Today I have Amber with me.
What's up?
I thought y'all were tired of talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Just talking straight to me. But Amber is here, and so we are going to do our ting. Let me make sure I can see the chat. I don't want y'all to be able to see. I don't know what I just did. But let me see. Let me see. Pop out chat, because I know some people are on here already. Hey, everybody. Oh, okay. Went too far. People saying hello. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Here, do this.
You do that.
Bump it on one side, and you can bump this other one on the other side.
Okay.
It's just that we're gonna be smaller.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Okay. So yes, guys. So anyway. Hey TT Iris, I see you on there. Nice to see you. Yeah, can you make it bigger? I just want to make that smaller. We don't need to see all that. But anyway, yes, guys, how's everybody doing? Yeah, as you know, tonight is I Was Her. This is where I go live and I answer questions and I give you guys the best piece of advice that I could possibly give you. With all that I've experienced, with all that I've seen, with everything like that. And tonight we have my special guest, Amber.
Whistle.
If you guys don't know Amber, Amber is a long time bestie of mine. I have known Amber for, I would say, about 12 years now. She's done another show with me. But this is my buddy. You'll see us a lot together just because we just always together. We're just together a lot. We got trauma bonding. We've done a lot of trauma bonding in our time. So, so anyway, nonetheless, we're gonna go live. We are live right now on. Yes, you don't see her right here on here.
What's up?
But she right here though.
She gotta cut me out the frame.
I didn't mean to, because I'm about to actually be done with.
Oh, it's all good.
Okay, so anyway, she said somebody said that you believe in
Man, that's the same person from yesterday that said anti-Taurus is to the fullest.
Yeah, apparently that's where she's at with it. I'm sorry, y'all. That's just what it is. That's what it is. I don't know why I'm coming at me
this early.
You can't do it. You can't do it this early.
It's the same thing.
So I am actually.
Tauruses are the worst. It's between like Tauruses and what's the one before Taurus? Is it the one after the before?
I don't know what's before or after Taurus. Nonetheless, y'all, we about to
Aries.
go. Well,
we're about to go. I'm bad. Aries too.
Really, I thought Aries were good.
Yeah.
I thought
when you get them both on the cusp, it's a dangerous boy. I'll tell you, man. Anyways,
yes, y'all. So anywho, nonetheless, we are on YouTube right now live. So come and join us for I Was Her. We are so excited. And we're ready for all y'all questions. So bring the questions. Okay. So I am going to exit out of this Instagram. No, it's not weave. Thanks. I appreciate it. It's not weave. Appreciate it. It's not. They come out the gate talking about it. I had a whole baby. What do you mean? Talking about it's weave. Oh, bro. Chill. No, it's not. You're a hater. But I guess you guys are really, that's just hater. I guess, I am a mixed breed, y'all. So that's kind of that's kind of what happens, y'all. But anywho, nonetheless, it doesn't matter. I am letting you guys go. So come on to my YouTube now. We are live now. Okay. See you then. I meant now, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to download the video and we're just going to get started with the questions, bro. And then I'm going to just go ahead and post whatever we have. So anyway, let me go with our first question that we have. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I was born ready. Stay ready, now have to get ready.
No, okay. Well, there you go. That's a great way of looking at it. How's everybody doing today? Let me see. Let them know, Sam. What's good, my girls? What's goody? Hey, Christy. Hey, Lola.
Hi.
Hey, Hope. Hey, April. Oh, look, Heather's in the building.
Hey, Heather.
Okay, we got Tyler in the building. We have a lot of beautiful people in the building. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to I Was Her. You guys, I go back and forth with Instagram and I go back and forth with YouTube. But I mostly do this show. I'm going to try to
pale. I got beautiful caramel skin. I don't know why I'm looking pale.
It's the light. It's the light from the window, honestly.
Oh, okay.
But nonetheless, y'all, we are ready today for y'all to ask some questions. So I'm really excited. I'm going to go through the first group of questions. What do I have here? Okay. So number...
Is that Robo?
Where?
Monique Amore.
Oh, okay. Y'all, I am not gay. No offense to anybody. I love men. That is my thing. Love men. Love men with a capital LOVE. Love them.
Over here messing up your rap.
Amber, LOV, capital love her some women.
I do.
And so we just... And that is exactly how she feels. We are best friends, and we just, that's what it is. But, you know, you guys, we're friends, and I hate that people do that, you know, when you feel like people, just because she's interested in women don't mean she's interested in, I don't like that when people think that way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh.
Standards.
Whoa. Whoa. So hold up.
Bro, you crazy, like.
Whoa. You've got standards. Whoa.
So don't get offended.
Wow. Did y'all see that? Wow. Anyway, nonetheless. Oh, somebody say you fine.
You better watch it.
Uh-oh. Right. Anywho, y'all, that's my bestie. That's what it is. And we've been best friends for a long time. We've been 12 years. So it is what it is. She knows me since I was 18 years old. And I was
she loved men then. A lot.
I always have loved men. Always. That has always been my thing.
Real talk, she was honestly one of the only friends that stuck around when I came out. I liked men at one point. Okay. And then decided we were like friends. Then
like, and then she found, you know, she found her situations, and that's
situations.
So that's, you know, again, I feel like, you know, people with sexuality and things of that nature, you know, I feel like, you know, you can't really, people always assume certain things, and I don't like that. You know, it's a good friend is a good friend is a good friend. Don't matter their sexuality. Yeah. I don't like that about
people. I want to talk about astrology and God.
Okay. Did somebody say something?
Someone was like, how are you gonna put a credence? I'm sure
giving credit. Yeah.
And astrology and be a God fan at the same time. Last time I checked, God created the stars and created how they moved. And you know, astrology don't hurt nobody. It don't hurt me the way I look at it. Don't hurt me. It's fun. It's not the end all be all for everything. It's not I don't make mistakes and say, it's because I'm a Libra. I might, but
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna keep looking at my phone and post this thing.
Oh, see, that's why I found Tauruses are so confrontational. See, you just proving my point. But you know, it is what it is. I just think it's fun, and I think the stars all mean something. They all do what God wants them to do, and sometimes you go on live and you show people in the world that you're a Taurus.
and that's what it is. So nonetheless, guys, we want to go ahead Okay, so here, there's a question right here. Here we go. Why would an ex want to get back together after 20 years? Why would an ex after 20 years want to get back together?
Well, there's a lot of growth that happens in between 20 years.
For sure.
I've heard a lot of people getting divorced and then remarrying the same person. And I know, only reason I know of once, I think I've heard of 2 stories where that actually worked. And I think, if 20 years is a long time, it's like 2 decades. A lot can happen in 2 years, a lot of growth can happen in 2 years, a lot of pain can get resolved, a lot of things can, get better after 20 years. So I could honestly see how that can happen. If people are making the life adjustments to the situation that put them apart in the beginning and they happen to bump back into each other or something like that. I don't ever put anything
I wouldn't suggest anybody to be with me at 18 years old. And so I would honestly say that at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of growth, and I think that an ex that person could possibly change, and they could look at themselves and be like, you know what? When I met them 20 years ago, I wasn't ready for who they are today. Who they are today and who I am today match better than what we were 20 years ago. And so that happens with people where they don't necessarily look, y'all. I don't know how to change the lighting. The lighting is kind of, I don't know. I think maybe turn off. Maybe I'll turn off this light. Maybe this light is not. I don't know what the lighting situation is. I think the natural lighting is fine though.
You want to put on the light?
No, I think that light is ugly. It's not a good light. I don't think. Well, you could try it, whatever. So nonetheless, y'all, at the end of the day, I don't have like a professional lighting setup, y'all. That's just not, it's not really what it is. But what I want to say is that, I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me why an ex would want to be with somebody after 20 years, because again, you change so much, you grow. You may not even be the same people 20 years later. You guys might be, it might be a completely different person, and they're looking at you like, wow, these traits of this person is very attractive now. And when I was 20 years ago, I couldn't appreciate that. But now that 20 years later, I done been through some things, and I done handled some stuff, and I've had to grow. And I realized that now, 20 years later, you were a great partner. I was tripping back then. So let me see if I can work this thing out now, because back then I couldn't appreciate the woman or the man you are today. So let me walk backwards and see what she on now, if she's on the same thing, because what she was on before, I'm attracted to. So that's what I'm saying. 20 years is a lot that happens in 20 years. So hey, Shannon, what's up, girl? Yeah, people just be saying stuff, y'all. I ain't gonna keep going back and doing that. Anyway, we're gonna go on to the next question. Y'all have submitted questions, and you guys can continue to submit questions. I'll be checking my DM as we move along. So that is what I am going to
I'm not distracted. My food is almost here, but I'm okay. I'm okay.
Is that Chin Chin?
Yeah, you was on the phone. Like, you was like on the phone.
Oh, you are horrible.
You was on the phone and I was hungry.
You couldn't send me no text message?
You was on the phone. You was on the phone.
You couldn't send me no text message, bro?
Do you want some? Do you want some of
my... You ordered chicken and broccoli, bro?
Bro, why are you so aggressive?
Oh my God, y'all. This is why
I've been dealing with this crap for 12 years. She's so aggressive.
She ordered some daggone Chinese food and my favorite kind of Chinese food.
Your chanclas are like really hitting the ground.
I'm really upset right now, bro. That's really hurtful.
That's some really hurtful. You want some of my chicken and broccoli?
You I'm gonna eat more than you. I eat a lot.
I'll share it. It comes with rice.
Oh my gosh.
So bro, you got meal prep in there.
So disrespectful.
You got all
every time I order somewhere, bro.
So much meal prep.
Bro, everywhere I order, I ask you every time I order somewhere, like, hey, yo, do you want something? And then you, especially if we in the same environment, you be like, yeah, actually, I want some spring rolls. Actually, I be like, okay, no problem. No problem. You know what? It's all right. I'm gonna order my own Chin Chin. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna eat it on the line. I bet it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna be smacking and shit.
Bruh. Do not do that. That won't be a very good idea.
Bruh.
Not only,
why are you yelling?
Not for the people.
Why are you yelling?
I'm not yelling. I'm
you
actually
were yelling. You were just.
I was yelling. I just calmed down.
You hit your chocolates on the floor. You over here
I
yelling.
was
You got the hands going.
I can't react. You did something. I reacted. I'm sorry, y'all. This is too much. I apologize. Hey, Sonia, you know what's my favorite food? Oh, she knows my favorite. That's why she started eating it. Okay, no worries.
I did get it because she got it.
Wow, the disrespect. Okay. Nonetheless, I'm gonna answer this. Let's go to the next question. I'm sorry.
Bro, I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus, be offense. Holy
I'm gonna have to meditate on that one tonight.
You might need to. I need to meditate. Okay. Y'all know I like me some Chinese.
How you even see that? You weren't even supposed to see that.
I got LASIK vision, bruh. I have
you even see Chin Chin's not even on here.
I know, I saw it though. I saw it. You had it on the other page. Y'all, I got vision.
So you chose this moment to freak out.
I did because that's where I saw it. And that's where you went left.
Bro, you was on the phone.
Oh my goodness gracious. Jesus be
oh my God. Come save me.
Okay, so anyway, why do women allow themselves to become a mistress? Is it low self-esteem?
My other question, I want to, answer the question with a question. Why do the people in the marriage, allow people to interrupt their marriage?
You said, oh, okay. Thank you, April. Did you
just say you $4.99?
Yeah,
for Chin Chin. That's not even gonna take it to the delivery cost. I'm just kidding.
Whoa, the disrespect.
Wow.
So they give you stickers, super stickers. So when people do a super sticker, y'all, we gonna shout them out. And actually, whatever question we was about to answer, I'm not gonna answer it. April, ask the question. We gonna answer your question today, sis. Whatever question you got, we'll answer it right now.
Not every question.
April, I will.
Oh, April. You know April?
For you, I will.
Is she probably power up?
Yes. Sorry, y'all.
Yo.
Lord Jesus, what? Okay, you had to know better, Amber. You had to know better.
That was a joke.
Okay, so April, did you have a question? I'm waiting on your question, girl. I'm waiting on your question. Power Up is in the building. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. April doesn't seem like she got a question. Okay, so we're gonna answer the question. What do you say? What's your question?
I think a lot of blame. I think blame can go both ways. I think. My food is here.
All right, go get your food.
I'm sorry. What was I saying? I think when people ask that question, why did they say? Did they specify a gender?
No, they said
mistress.
Mistress, so it's a woman.
Mm-hmm. I get irritated with that kind of question because it's a two-part thing. Mm-hmm. Like someone's also, stepping out on their marriage. And I feel like that person has, in my opinion, if we're going to put blame on somebody, not saying that both people aren't to blame,
right?
But I think the person in the marriage is probably more, responsible for their marriage and for the stepping out than the person that goes,
that's right.
I'll help you do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Especially if the other person doesn't know, especially if the other person doesn't know that if the person that is helping the cheating, the mistress or whatever, doesn't know, I think it's the person that, stepped out on their marriage.
I agree with that. I think we focus here's the thing. There's certain levels to mistresses and stuff like that. Like, I feel like there's some mistresses that have no idea. Go ahead, bro. I think there's certain mistresses that don't even know that they are a mistress. They are based upon whatever information they've been given. They feel like, this person is 100% for them. Of course, you know what I'm saying? But if it's somebody that is knowingly stepping in the way of a marriage, if they know like, okay, you know what, this man is with this woman and I'm hiding and I'm being whatever, you've got to know. You've got to know, you first of all, I don't know if it's necessarily low self-esteem, because some women are just, that's where they are in life. That's where they're at mentally. That's where they're at. They're okay with playing second fiddle. They're okay with that position. And it's nothing, you know, too deep or too crazy for them. That's where they are right now. And that's fine. But at the end of the day, you know, you have to know that even with a mistress situation, I look at it even differently than anything else, because you're breaking up a family. You know, like you taking on a whole nother, like you taking on a whole nother context when you're hiding and you're allowing somebody to cheat, and you know that they are openly with their marriage and they openly with their wife or whatever, and you're saying, okay, I'm gonna still be this side piece to the situation and reap the benefits of the fun stuff and not really have to deal with the day-to-day bills being paid, running the household, what it costs, what it takes for a person to actually be in a relationship, you know. And so I would just say, you know, people gotta really, you know, you gotta really understand what you're getting yourself into, and look, you reap what you sow. Sorry, if you, right, you had to do it right here, like right in front of the. You reap what you sow. You know what I'm saying? You really do. You reap what you sow. And you have to know that you're going to attract that energy. One day you're going to want to get married. And that marriage may not come to you. Why? Because you was playing second fiddle to a married man, and knowing that he's a married man, and placating to him being a married man. That's not right. That ain't right for nobody. And so, but there's also people, I mean, y'all, there's so many different types of situations. The one situation I'm speaking to is that some women, they don't even know, you know what I'm saying? And they're just victims in situation, just like the wife is, or whatever that is. And then you have the other situation where they're just women that is just like being, you know, like they know that they have a, like, oh, you got to get out. My wife just left. You got like 3 hours, come and then leave, take all your stuff. And it's like, wow, that's premeditated murder. That's some premeditated, disgusting type of stuff. And in my opinion, you reap what you sow in that situation. You truly do. When someone's knowingly in a relationship and you're saying to yourself, or not in relationship and marriage, you know, I'm grouping it all together. But you knowingly in something and you're saying to yourself, I'm just gonna do it anyway. Well, you gotta know that whatever is gonna come to you is gonna come to you. That's what you got to know, and be okay with that. Be okay with that consequence, because the consequences always come, sis. They always come. Karma is very real. You reap what you sow. Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you definitely do. Whether you recognize it or not, you think it's fun right there. Oh, we're going on vacations and this, that, and the third. Okay. And then when he's there full time, and you got to deal with everything that come with him, it ain't that much fun, is it?
Not only that,
period.
He probably the same person. Like that part don't change. Like he's so used to lying and so acclimated to that kind of behavior, it's gonna be really hard to change that just because you knew.
Because you knew. And that's why I say to you guys got to be wise about what you're deciding to do and what you entertain, because what you entertain is what you attract.
Would you like a pop sticker?
No, I don't want that. I order some food. But what you entertain is what you attract. Okay. So just know that when you're entertaining something, know that you're attracting that. So don't entertain. If a man is married and you know he married and he basically, and there's married men that come into the situation, they like, listen, look, I love my wife. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not leaving her. There's no possibility of a divorce. I'm just doing this to do this. So if you a part of this, then you know what the show is. And I actually can have some respect for that, because it's like, okay, you know what, you letting a person know. But if you as a woman is engaging with this and you know what the situation is, okay, don't be mad when the man never leaves the person. Don't be mad when that situation never turns out into your favor. Like, don't be mad at that. Don't start having some crazy meltdown because it doesn't go in the direction in which you wanted it to go. That man told you what it was from the jump, and you just mad it hasn't changed. Okay? Period. All right, bro. Let me go to the next question.
Okay.
Oh, somebody's saying, how did heal a broken heart trust issues and men hate?
Therapy.
That's good. That's actually very good. Therapy. Therapy.
Sounds like a great candidate for therapy.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like therapy. Mm-hmm. Sounds like therapy. How to deal? Okay. Please. Okay. This is somebody's asking me this, so I guess I'll answer it while you know.
Oh, thank you. Good.
No such thing as the perfect man, but what constitutes as your perfect man? What constitutes as my perfect man is a guy. I like a guy that is a hard worker. I like a guy that has a strong opinion. I do like opinionated men. I like a man. I am more of a traditional type of woman in the sense that like I like staying home. I like the idea of like working from home and as much as possible, you know, with what I do. And somebody that's done, you know, that's established, that they have themselves established, they know what they're doing, they know what they want, that kind of situation. I like a man that a perfect man. Ooh, a perfect man would be somebody that is also as spiritually inclined as I am. A man that, I mean, when I say spiritually inclined, I mean I see the walk as well as like he is that walk. A man that um honestly that goes to therapy or has gone to therapy is a very big thing for me. I think that a man that is also into fitness. I like to work out. I think being into fitness like myself is a big turn on for me. Because I want somebody that is gonna keep themselves in shape because I'm listen, Sam ain't never slipping, okay? Sam ain't never gonna slip. Okay. I don't care if I had 3 children, Sam ain't slipping. Okay, so somebody that likes to work out, somebody, like I said, spiritually inclined, and somebody that understands, you know, compromise, sacrifice, and is, yes, we'll have differences of opinion, but we can meet in the middle. Um, you know, I'm not saying they have to compromise on every single issue, but if you're talking about somebody that is perfect, I want somebody that's like at least understanding and, you know, compromising, and is willing to do the work, you know, is willing to do the work, and be very honest and transparent. I really like that. Yes, I want them to share the same faith as me. That's very important to me.
Yeah.
I want them to share the same faith. You know, we both at least got to be on the same page. We believe in Jesus. Okay, we're not praying to 2 different gods. So to me, the perfect man will be a Christian, a man that believes in Jesus too. So when I'm, you know, so I'm very big about that. I do want a man that understands, like I want a hardworking man. I want a man that likes, you know, I like a man that's busy and is working and is doing his thing. And I like that. I actually do. I find that very attractive. A man that's very into his you know, his entrepreneur. He doesn't even have to be an entrepreneur, honestly, but it's like somebody that's really into what they're doing and they're working hard for their family.
Like entrepreneurial spirit.
Right. And they're stable. They're stable. I like stable. You know, somebody that is bringing something to the table, and you know that's the kind of thing I like. You know, because you know I like that, and somebody that's I like. I mean, I like watching TV. Somebody like to watch TV. I like to drink sometimes. I want somebody to be able to turn up with me, have a good time with me. Like it doesn't have to be so stringent. I like to travel, things like that. So it's a lot to make my perfect man. My perfect man got a lot going on, but overall, I'll give you 5 perfect man qualities. 1, spiritual. We got the same faith and he's spiritual. 2, stable. 3, has done his work in therapy. 4, stable. I'm talking about emotionally, spiritually. When I say stable, emotionally, spiritually, financially, what's another one? Stable. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? All stable.
All around stable.
All around stable.
You don't know nothing else today.
Stable.
Stability.
Stability. And okay, spiritual, stable. And then I want somebody that works out. Fitness is very important to me. So I want somebody that's just as into it as I am, that we can hold each other accountable. I want somebody that's a hard worker. That's a big deal for me. I want a man that works hard. And then the 5th thing that I feel like would make my perfect man would be somebody that's empathic. Empathic. and understanding. That's what I want. So that's the 5 perfect qualities for a man for me. Empath.
Like 100.
I said 5, but the last 5.
You got it to 5.
I had to come back down. I am kind of picky. You know what I'm saying? I am kind of picky in my
I could think of at least 2 other qualities that are really big for you that you did not add to that list.
What?
Over 5, 10.
Yeah. That's true.
Also,
I wasn't talking about like physical, but go ahead.
Well, if a guy was all those things at 5'7".
No, I can't do 5'7".
See, so it's about.
I'm sorry, at least 5'10" to ride this ride. At least 5'10". You got to be 5'10" to ride this ride. 5'10" and up. I'm sorry. That's a strict rule for me. 5'10" and up. What's the next thing? What was the other quality?
You don't really do light skinned dudes too tough.
No, I do. I like light skinned guys. That wouldn't be a qualifier. That wouldn't be something I wouldn't date a guy because he's light skinned. I've dated mixed. I've dated light skinned. I've dated white. I've dated Indian. I've dated Asian. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind the whole light or dark. I don't care about that. It's the rest of the qualities are important, but I agree with the height thing. The height thing I do agree with. That's a quality. That's true. I need at least a 5'10". Mm-hmm. But anywho, nonetheless, okay. Okay. Have you ever felt like a mother to your partner / husband? Or to your partner / husband?
Have I?
Or like a parent?
I mean, yeah, because I like to think of myself as financially mature. And some people I've dated in the past are not as financially mature as myself. And so trying to get people to understand that credit is a good thing and you have to build it and you have to put effort into building it. I just felt like those kind of conversations, I did not know how to navigate those conversations without sounding like somebody mama.
Right. I understand.
So,
yes. This is absolutely. Absolutely. I'm very, very much a caretaker, and I am very nurturing in that way. So I have absolutely taken care of a man like a motherly type of way. Absolutely. I absolutely have done, will do. I am kind of motherly, but I try not to get on the motherly too much. I'm not your mom, but I do take care of the man that I'm with. Like, I do that very much so. But pointing out somebody, didn't you say yesterday that you don't care about looks, money, status, etc., as long as they love you? That's not what I said. Somebody said to me, "You're so lucky that you dated an actor." I said, some people are so caught up in status and in the name of a person that they're not thinking about the characteristics and the quality of the person. That's what I said. I never said that somebody being stable is not a factor for me. I never said that somebody not being attractive. I never said that. I'm for sure.
To be honest with you,
I never said that.
Attraction actually gets you in the door. Like everyone likes to say, looks.
Did I say anything about somebody not being attractive?
No, I don't think you said. I don't remember that part. I do remember the part about
the status for actor thing.
But that's like my thing. Like we're all humans. And
Come on, man.
It's in our nature. It's in our nature to judge. Like that's everything has a label. Let's just call it what it is. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing is that attractiveness. Now, what's attracted to you might not be attracted to someone else, right? But there has to be something that draws you to that person to want to learn more about them. You know what I'm saying? So that person being cute to you matters. I'm just sorry, it does. Like it really does. It intrigues you. It keeps you wanting to know more about that person, and it heightens the things that you do like about that person. And for people to say that it doesn't, they're all lying.
Yeah, attraction,
Like,
100,000% matters.
Now, attraction, like I said, attraction looks differently to everybody.
Different people, correct?
You know, and that's fine.
Right, exactly.
No one's saying that, but you kind of have to be attracted to that person to want to stay around.
And it might not. I might be attracted to somebody that nobody else is attracted to, but I find them attractive. You know, so that's not to say they've got to be attractive to me. But I'm not going to date somebody and I don't have no attraction to them. I don't like them as a person or anything just because of their status or because they're active.
You got some questionable.
Yeah.
She's looked at some people I dated and been like, oh, how are you song?
Right. We've all had. Yeah, we've all had.
But she like it, I love it. You know?
Right. It's not no big deal.
Love it. Like, you know, you ain't that big of a deal.
Right. Look, period. And y'all, yeah, looks definitely matter. I got to be attracted to you, you know, and I want you to be attracted to me.
For real.
Shoot, there's people that are reaching out to me. You know, I found my husband very attractive. I was attracted to him.
If that mailman is 5'10" and has a great career,
a stable
career, and loves God, and you know, I'm pretty sure had all the qualities that Sam is attracted to.
Yeah,
pretty sure she would date that person too.
Yeah, 100%. I would. I would 100%.
I've seen some of the guys Sam has dated, and they ain't always been, you know, the people that you think that she gets, you know, attracts or whatever. So
no. I listen, a man in corporate that's quiet, that ain't got nothing going on, I'm all about it. Look, we good. I just am saying, you know, somebody that's, you just got to be there's certain qualities I'm looking for, and you ain't got to be a name celebrity for me to date you. You know, like I'm looking for the quality of a person. I'm not looking for the name of a person. That's superficial. No. What you looking at, bro? Because you looking at stuff.
I'm just reading these comments.
Okay.
Trying to like see if there are any questions.
Oh, okay, got you. All right. So next one is when you know a guy doesn't really love you, but you are stuck, what do you do?
Wait, say that again?
When you know a guy doesn't really love you, but you stuck, what do you do?
Define stuck. Is that person on the live?
I don't know if they're on the live. Is anybody on the live
that asked that question?
What about dating somebody who is filed for divorce? Look, in my opinion, if somebody's
talked about this, well, this is different. Go ahead.
But in my opinion, I believe very, very clearly, if somebody has filed for divorce and you know that they are no longer working on their marriage, and there is no connection between them, and they're literally waiting for the court proceedings to be complete, I do not see a problem at all with dating, because court proceedings can last years. I know a friend that it took her 5 years to get divorced. That had nothing to do with them working it out or not. That had everything to do with them just hashing out everything that came with divorcing someone. Right. So at the end of the day, I don't think there's a problem with somebody. You just have to determine they filed for divorce, but they're like a Ray J and Princess filed for divorce. Like where they live together, they're together pretty much. They're just on and off and not really sure what they want to do. Yeah, that's not the person I would date. Okay. But if it's somebody if it's somebody that hasn't done their work, you know that they're still, you know, in their heart and mind, they still want to be married. I wouldn't deal with that person either. Who I would deal with is somebody that I know is ready to move forward and they're doing their work. And, you know, they've been away from that person for a period of time, and they demonstrate that they really don't want to be in that situation. Like, that's a person I would date. But I wouldn't just date anybody that files for divorce, because sometimes file for divorce, you know, somebody's just doing that to make the other person move. It's not really like a Cardi B, for example. Not throwing shade at Cardi B, but Cardi B filed to get Offset to move. Like, listen, I'm not playing with you. She threw what I call a drastic measure. She took it to the next level to let him know.
I won't foul? He think I won't
He
foul?
don't know that I'm about to give you this 1, 2, 3 because you playing with me and you really don't think that I'm gonna leave you.
So
that's the difference. What happened?
I like what someone says. It's marriage can be like a bungee cord sometimes, and that's the word, sometimes. Sometimes it can just be like throwing something off the cliff and it just hitting the ground too. Like if it's in the rope or the rope snapping, like when people are truly, I feel like people should be divorced, should get a divorce when they are absolutely ready to get a divorce and there is no reconciliation. You know, I think people play with divorce,
They
like
play
you
with
said,
it. They play with it.
and I think that's the thought process that people have. Like
Yep.
people are like, oh, they're just playing divorce. No, I'm filing for divorce. This is done. I moved out. I don't want this anymore. We've worked and worked. We're at the end of the rope. There is nothing left to do.
Right.
So that's when you end it. You don't end it where it's like, oh, I don't really know. Maybe this will spark a change. No, you end it when you're done.
That's
right?
when you end it.
When you get married, you do get married because you think that this is, you feel that this is the next step.
Right.
You finish it and you're done with it. You end it.
Right.
You don't play with divorce.
Don't play with divorce.
You don't use divorce as a carrot trying to lure somebody in. You use it as the gavel to the end of your marriage. And that's where I'm at with it. Like I think for me, you know, I always say this because this is sincerely how I feel. I'm going through a divorce process, and you know, and at the very moment, COVID, everyone's getting divorced. Like when I looked at the status of where my divorce was, I think 200 people filed in that month that I filed.
Wow. Well, that's not a lot.
Well, and it was a lot. That's just one county.
Oh, okay.
You know, and then so they get separated by judges. Everyone's doing a Zoom call. That judge does other things. Other people have other things going on with the divorce. Like it takes time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. I know in my heart that my marriage is over with. I don't want my ex back. She don't want me back. We are doing our own thing, and it's not a bungee cord. You know, we're not waiting for the other person to come around. That was years ago. Like no one's waiting on that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just paperwork at this point and waiting on the courts.
Yeah. And like I said before, you know, divorce is physically painful. It's not something that you do or take lightly. It's physically painful. And so I think people have asked me in the past, like, oh, would you get back with your ex? With da da da. My thing is this: if God wanted me to get back with my ex, I'd get back with him. If that's what God wanted me to do, that's what I would do. I'm gonna do whatever I feel like God is telling me and leading me to do. I'm not gonna listen to nobody else but God. And so in this situation, you know, we are where we are, but I'm not gonna go against whatever God has for me to do in my life. I'm not gonna be so hard-headed. I'm not saying anything about, I won't ever say anything negative about him. I don't care what y'all want to say to me to try to get me to, I'm not going to. But you know, in this right now, we are where we are, and we've been this way for a while. And so that's what it is. And so you have to just continue to move forward in the direction of wherever you feel like God is asking you to move. And that's not always easy. And it's not always what everybody thinks you should be doing. And it's not always this, that, and the third. But you've got to do what you feel like God is telling you to do. Period. You know, and that's it. And that's it. You know, but I'm not going to be like, oh, well, God, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do this because X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to say that either. That's what I felt like. If I felt like God was in it, I would do it. You know, it's not like, you know, I feel like forgiveness, God has forgiven me for so much that I can't really say like, I'm not going to forgive this person because God has forgiven me for too much to not forgive.
For real.
But what I will say is that you can forgive and you can still move forward in what you believe God is where you feel like God is leading, you know. And if God is not in that, it won't happen. You know, that's what I truly believe. If God doesn't want something to happen, then I will see something happen, but I haven't. So at this point in time, that's where we are. And it's not me saying anything else, you know, nothing negative to say. So you know, you hope that it's forever.
Yeah,
you really do hope it's forever.
You go in with the intention of it being forever.
No one goes in and say,
"Hey, you don't play with marriage. You don't go into it with the assumption that things are going to get better. You go in with the idea that I want this forever."
Right.
You know, and sometimes we just get it wrong because we're human and we have What's the word I'm looking for?
Flaw?
No, not that one. We get to decide what we want to do. Is
free will.
Free will. We have free will, and sometimes we mess it up.
Yeah. So anyway, next one. How did you learn to let go of all the hurt to someone who wasn't even sorry and blamed you? Here's what you have to know. Yeah, divorce is definitely via Zoom now, unfortunately, guys. It is kind of terrible. How did you learn to let go of all the hurt, go to someone who wasn't even sorry and who blamed you? Basically, how do you forgive somebody who's not even sorry?
That's tough. That is really tough. Well, someone in your Power Up group was talking about it. I don't remember who it was.
Erica.
It might have been. She was talking about something about doing the work in yourself
internally.
I can't remember. It was a lot. It was I tried really hard to remember it because I tried to like implement it in what I was going through. Is she on the line?
Well, I'll say what I believe you're going to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
So with Erica, and I've spoken about this on live, I think that with unforgiveness or forgiving somebody that's not even sorry, there's only so much that you can control from someone externally. You can't control somebody else's actions, their choice of their actions, what they decide to do, what they don't decide to do. That's just what that is. And what I've had to learn is that forgiveness is an act not for that person or to justify what they've done or what they didn't do. It's an act of obedience to my God. And so I'm not going to allow what somebody else did to me get in between my relationship with my God, because it does separate you from the Father. It says that in the Bible. And so in my personal perspective, in order for me to be free, in order for me to internally move forward in this situation, I'm going to forgive. I'm going to make the choice to forgive, whether you deserve it or not, because I've been forgiven. And God made the choice to forgive me multiple times, and I make the same mistakes. I still am making the same mistakes. I apologize. I make the same mistakes. And so we have to learn in life. We're not going to always get closure. We're not going to always get the apology we feel like we deserve. But we're still called to forgive, and we're still called to move forward, and we're still called to end relationships and maybe not ever get an explanation. You may never get it. Yeah. But what Erica had challenged our group Power Up to do, as you guys may have known, I have a group called Power Up. It's on Patreon. And Erica in our group, when we were doing our fast, showed us her forgiveness wall. This forgiveness wall had, I forgive you and I love you. And she was basically put, I forgive you for what? And then she was reminded for the people that she couldn't find in her heart to forgive. She reminded herself of what she loved about that person. And therefore, somehow, because she felt like, sometimes she was so angry with the person, she couldn't genuinely find it in herself to pray for them or to forgive them. So she forced herself to think of something positive about the person, what she loved about that person, to then pray for them from a genuine space. And I really appreciated that, because I felt like, I think a lot of times we focus so much on whether that person is deserving or if what they decide to do, when forgiveness is not a they process, it's a you process. It's something that you have to do for you. It's not about the other person. It's about what you got to do for you. And if they decide they want to fall in line, they can. If they don't, they don't. But you got to do it for you. And that's what it is, period. So that's what I would say to that question. Okay, what's the next question? All right, this is about professional stuff. Okay, let me go to the next one. All right, y'all. Okay, so Power Up is a group that I have on Patreon. You have to go to my Patreon account, patreon.com/ I think it's Love Samantha Lee. I have 3 tiers. The 3rd tier is that's the most interaction you get with me. Most of the people that are on my Patreon are on my 3rd tier, and they're part of an app where I chat with them almost on a daily basis. They're on here now. And I do Zoom calls with them. This is for women. It's a women's support group. that I have for women. I've been doing it now for 3 months. I have 50 plus awesome women on there that even Amber knows I interact with on a, tri-weekly basis. I am always on there with them, and I'm on there for hours. So they get a lot of time from me. I don't do anything one-on-one right now, but it's only for women. It's not for men that want to date me. It is for women. It is for women. Okay, so if you guys want to be a part of that, it's patreon.com/love Samantha Lee. And it's my Patreon account, and you can be a part of our women's support group. It's a beautiful group. There's women on here now that's on it. It's amazing. And I love them. I really do love them. So anyway, I am going to go to the next. I was her. Here we are. Hi, Sam. I watched every single.
Oh, that was just long.
I was her. I love your Miracle Mondays. You're a blessing, and I thank you for taking the time to do this. You're an inspiration on so many different levels. You spread beauty from the inside out. Unfortunately, I can't watch it live as I live in Europe, and time difference won't let me. I was thinking a lot about the message from 2 weeks ago about the hubby, or was it fiance, with a porn addiction. I'm single and I'm dating, and I've had many experience through that. It made me really think, is it not maybe only if this is a deal breaker for her, but more like, why is he doing it? Why is he watching? Does he feel like he's missing out on something physically? It's really hard nowadays finding someone who had true intentions and not only on your body. We have so much choice. We have so many choices that we don't even know how to say no when we don't want certain things. How do you feel about, well, you went all over places. How do you feel about having sex, living a sex-fulfilled life, and how long do you wait until having sex? Does it change anything? All right, gave me a lot there. But here's what I'll say. As far as it goes with porn, I think, like I said, I don't necessarily, the question was about a woman, the question you're referring to is a woman who felt like she didn't want her dude following porn. And
Did she call it an addiction?
Yeah, she called it an addiction. Okay. But the lady she was referring to, oh yes, it was a porn addiction, and she wanted to leave her husband because she felt like it was a trigger. She didn't want to leave she wanted to leave her husband or whatever.
Okay.
Porn in itself can be, the way what it does to the brain can be addiction. It doesn't necessarily represent a lack in the person that they're with, and I think that's what we have to get out of ourselves, blaming the person or your partner for someone else's problem. That's that person's issue, and they have to do the work for that issue. It's not the wife's fault that he has a porn addiction.
Right.
He might have had that porn addiction before he even got into that marriage. He might have been watching porn since he was 11 years old, and he's never stopped watching porn. This man might have issues with just getting it up in general. Men deal with that, and when it goes into their 40s, and so therefore they have to be, they may go to porn to do that. And it may not have anything to do because they don't want the fear of not being able to perform with their spouse. There's a lot of different reasons why people go to porn addiction. It not necessarily has anything to do at all with the wife's inability to do something, or that she's not meeting a need in some way. That's not her fault.
I think I look at it. I mean, I do agree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that. That's not what I'm trying to think.
Okay.
My thought process is, in my mind, when people say porn, they automatically think it's an addiction. And I don't think one who watches porn has an addiction. And I think the two get really coupled together really quickly. And I think we're talking about addiction more than we're talking about porn. In my opinion, when people talk about porn, they're really referring to the consistent obsession over it. Mm-hmm. So they're talking more about the addictive parts that go with it. Mm-hmm. Because I think, addiction manifests itself in different ways. And I think, I drink, but then there's alcohol. Then there's someone who has an addiction to alcohol. And I think when it comes to things like that, I think people need to treat the addiction and not the person, they treat the addiction and not the, what's the word? What's the phrase? Just treat the addiction and not the something. Hold on, I can't. Do you see what I'm saying?
The symptom? Was that what you're saying?
No, hold on. Let me look it up. Or maybe I'm thinking about something else. I'm comparing it to something else.
Yeah. So my thing for that's what I would say. Number one. So I don't necessarily want people to feel like, I think porn in general is bad for your brain when you consume it there's something that you have to look into porn. Porn actually does destroy parts of your brain, and it does mess with your sensories to where you can't perform unless you're watching porn or things like that. It can become an abuse, and anything used out of its context or its intended context is abuse. So I would say to someone that is dealing with someone with a porn addiction, I would say no, don't leave somebody because they came out with a porn addiction. Unless they're not willing to do the work, unless they're not trying to meet you where you are, then we don't have a problem here. If they're admitting they have a porn addiction and they want to do something about it, then work with them. That's not where you leave them, So that's where I'm at with that.
I agree with
that. Now, here you're talking about missing out. No, like again, porn addiction has nothing to do with what you're not doing physically.
Yes.
That's where you're getting it messed up. There's people that watch porn and their partners fulfill them on a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with the inadequacies of their partner. They just may want to watch porn, and you're making it way deeper than what the actual porn watching may be to that person. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying about that. It might be very simple to that person.
I think that might be why it's an addiction, because when you think about if you compare it to like alcohol, right? If you think about what alcohol does to like regular people who just drink alcohol versus what alcohol addiction does to the family and does to your partner and does to your job, like it's getting in the way of a lot of other things. And I think if you're watching porn to the point where it's getting in the middle of your relationship, it's affecting your love life, if it's affecting the way you're communicating to your partner, you have a problem.
Right.
But if that person is watching porn and it's not affecting any of those aspects of it, I wouldn't deem it as an addiction, in my opinion. And, I'm not a licensed professional, but I wouldn't deem it as an addiction unless you're a functioning addict, I suppose, or I wouldn't demonize it to the extent of breaking up with that person without, at least talking about your feelings. Did that make sense?
No, I understand what you're saying, because when an addiction for something to be considered abuse in the DSM-5, and I'm going deeper than what it is, but it's something that's an addiction or abuse is when it gets in the way of daily, everyday functioning. Right. So if it's getting in the way of your relationship, it's getting in the way of you going to work, if it's getting in the way of you performing life, like if you can't leave your bedroom or whatever, and your kids are knocking on the door and you're like, I have to masturbate right now. Like that's something that is getting in the way of your normal, everyday, day-to-day responsibilities in life. There's people that can't even go to work because they were watching porn. There are people that cannot perform with their partner because they can't watch it without porn. These are addiction and abuse types of qualities. Somebody that's watching porn, but it's not affecting the day-to-day functionality of their life, that's not an addiction. That's not a problem. That's not what the DSM-5 would consider a problem. Sorry, guys, it's the food. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
You want me to go downstairs and get it?
Well.
All right. All right. So I don't have her list of questions, so I will take not any question, but I'll take some questions out of the comments. Let's see what we got here.
Sorry, y'all. So anyway, I apologize for that. But that's what I would say is that it really boils down to that. So, and when you're talking about sex, I think sex depends on the person. So I don't think when the men that I've talked to, and that's why I really want to have a man on the show. Kayani, I don't know what's your name. I don't know how to say your name. I don't have a dude. That's the whole point.
Yeah, you're there.
I am single. I am single. I am single. I am single. Yes, I am single. Thank you. So anyway,
no,
I want to have a man, on the show because he could answer some of these questions. I think that it doesn't really matter how long you wait or don't wait when it comes to sexuality or sex. It's depending on the person that you're with. It depends on your own personal convictions, what you decide to do, what you don't want to do. In today's society, it is going to be harder for a female to say to a man, hey, listen, don't be with I don't want to be with somebody who is celibate. I don't want to be with somebody who is not sexual. Like I can't do that. Because there's a lot of women that would, have sex with them, and it very easily, because there's, that's just what it is. There's more available women than more available men. And so you just have to know that it just makes it a little bit tougher to find somebody. But if you depend on your own personal convictions of what you decide you want to do with your body, they shouldn't have to do with anybody else. And the fact that you're representing somebody else or saying, well, men, they tell me, I still do stuff with my body, even though I don't want to. That tells me that now you're getting into a realm of competitiveness or trying to please other people by compromising yourself and your soul. And I would never tell you to do that. Don't do nothing you don't want to do with your body. That's your body. That's your soul. That's what you got to do. So that's it. And at the end of the day, you have got to do your work when it comes to like your esteem and saying, listen, I'm a BA kind of woman. I'm a once in a lifetime kind of woman. And at the end of the day, if I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it, because that's where I'm at with it. Whether anybody likes me or not, whether this guy calls me back or not, I'm going to continue to go down the journey I decide I want to go down, because that's what I want to do. Don't do anything, or we can get lost in this people pleasing type of culture. Don't do nothing with your body you don't want to do. If you don't want to have sex, don't have sex. And there's not a magic number to wait. There's not a magic amount of time to wait. You can wait 3 months for a dude and he still leave you tomorrow. It shouldn't be about that. It shouldn't be about snagging somebody or trying to lock them down. If a guy's going to take you seriously, I think he was just going to take you seriously. I don't think it has to do with a magic number of when you wait or when you don't wait. I don't think you meet a guy and you sleep with him the first night. I don't agree with that either. But at the same time, I've also known people that they got married. Hey, they got married, slept with a person on the first night. So that's why I would say that, so it just depends on how you want to be. What do you want to do? And what are your convictions telling you to do? Don't do anything based upon anybody else or what anybody else wants from you. Period. So anyway, let me move forward to the next question. I'm not going to answer this one because that one's kind of petty. Okay. Let me see. I guess another one. All right. Okay. Hi, Sam. First off, I just want to say I love your personality and your love for God. I admire how beautiful you are inside and out. Let's just start this off by saying I am her. I've been in a relationship with this guy / baby father for 6 years. We have a 2-year-old daughter together. Everything was cool until about 3 years ago. He started acting like everything was my fault. His kids were being disrespectful and he never did anything about it. Then he started acting like he had a problem with my son for no reason. He lives with me and don't want to pay bills because he has a bad addiction problem that is holding him back from me, blaming me for everything, saying I'm ungrateful. He has a problem with the clothes I wear. He never wants to have sex. And whenever we do, he gives me a bacterial infection. He works all day and takes baths in the morning and says there's nothing wrong with it. He sleeps on the couch. It's just so much. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. What should I do?
Oh my God. Let me see this. That was a lot.
So here's what I'm going to say to you. Doesn't sound like this is your husband. Doesn't sound like there's anything binding you with this person besides the pot.
She married to him?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Doesn't sound like it. I don't think from
when you said that, I just thought like some people called them like I thought I was thinking a different way. But
so to me, if you're not married to somebody and they don't want to have sex with you and they're always criticizing you and you don't feel like they only work and they bathe and that's all that they do around you, then what are we doing? What are we doing? You've been with somebody for 6 years. That's not your husband. That's your child's father. And he's not respecting you. It sounds like you guys are not the whole BV thing or bacterial infection thing makes me feel like either he ain't clean or he's messing around, because he's throwing off your pH every time. So that leads me to believe that there's
3
something
years
else.
ago he wasn't throwing it off.
Yeah, so it seemed like something different. He doesn't want to have sex with you, which leads to two things: either he's watching too much porn or he's with somebody else, because men are sexual beings unless they have low testosterone, which could be one or the other. And then he's constantly criticizing you. He sleeps on the couch, he doesn't want to be around you. So for me, it doesn't really sound like this is a
faithful individual to me.
It doesn't sound faithful. And it doesn't sound like a relation. It doesn't sound like you're, how do I say this the right way? I want to say this the right way. Literally, okay, hear it.
It doesn't sound like they're in a relationship.
To me, life is too short. Time is entirely too damn precious. And a lot of women that I know that I write in every week, and y'all be, and God bless y'all be trying to hold on to y'all man. But why waste something that you do not know? You have no idea when your expiration date is, sis.
No,
you have no idea. You're like holding on to a relationship with a dude who doesn't want to have sex with you, who's criticizing you, who's sleeping on the couch. It really doesn't sound like there's much of a connection between the two of you. For what?
And then my thing is that you're teaching your daughter what to accept.
I'm gonna get my food real quick.
Okay. I think that is very important as well, because children are sponges, and they see things that we think they don't see, and they actually understand more than what we perceive them to understand. And I think that you need to reevaluate the situation that you're in and really think, if this is something that is healthy for your daughter and healthy for you, to be honest with you, and see if this is something that you want to continue to do. I don't think you should, to be honest. I think that, that sounds that's moving like a cheater does. That's giving really cheater vibes. So yeah, that's my opinion. But I think, like I said, in all, I think your child is a really good example of, what you're teaching her to accept from a man, what love looks like, and what relationships look like. That she's going to think that's healthy. And I don't think that's a thing you should be teaching your daughter, in my opinion.
Period. So this is not even a divorce situation, y'all. This is a situation with somebody that doesn't sound like they're married.
Yeah, but I can understand the need to want to keep families together.
I get it.
And I talked about that yesterday. Like, people back, we talk about divorce being so bad, but we put our parents and our grandparents put themselves in a situation where they just stayed to keep a family together, and the family is broken, and it's just broken pieces together. It's not really together. It's just everyone's damaged, everyone's unhappy, and now everyone's in therapy 20 years later when they finally decide to actually end things,
right,
trying to reconcile their childhood. And I think, I just think that, she should really think about, if anything doesn't push you to do it, think about what you're teaching your daughter.
Exactly. And that's what the issue is to me, is that sometimes we try to hold families together, and I get that. It's hard to leave with somebody, especially with a 2-year-old. You don't want to leave nobody with a 2-year-old. So I would just say that in general, you just have to make decisions that make sense for you. And it doesn't sound like you have much of a connection with the person you're with besides the child you have. And so it's like, okay, well,
just trying to force it.
Am I trying to just force this? Am I trying to work on this? Is this person trying to work on it with me? Like, it sounds like he working on it with somebody else to me.
Like, would you want your daughter to have a boyfriend or a partner that is treating her the same way you're being treated? And you should have to, in my opinion, you shouldn't have to like see it like that, but sometimes that does help put it in perspective. If that was happening to your daughter, you would probably lose it.
Yeah. If you were my friend and you were telling me that, you know, I would be telling you like, okay, sis, what are we doing? What is your goal
I'll
in
be
this?
packing up the car with you.
Yeah, like it's time for us. But I also truly believe in God leading you. I believe that you ask God what you should do. What does He want you to do in the situation? If you want, you know, you want to bring God into it and really see where He wants you to do. I'm a true believer in God revealing things. I do think you have already a couple red flags that you've already discussed. But I also think that, you know, you have to make executive decisions sometimes. And the decisions you have to make are not always going to feel good. And the decisions you're going to have to make is going to be something that you might have to cry yourself to sleep at night over for a little bit. But you know, that's part of this life's journey.
Right? And God is love. And that's not what love looks like.
No, it's not.
So it can't be of God.
Yeah, it's not, because that person's not choosing to love you. He's choosing to come home to you. He's choosing to come home.
So if you need
and barely that.
For real.
He's choosing to live under the same roof as you.
Probably because the other person, never mind, let me just stop.
Yeah, don't, well, you know. So I am going to answer, we are already at 1 hour and 11 minutes. So I'm going to answer one more question. The next question, well, somebody submit a question on the live and we will answer it, and then we will let this thing go. Let's see if there's let's see if there's a question on the live. I'm not going to take any more on my social media.
I agree. You shouldn't have to fix the person. You can probably help lead that person to get some help, but don't try to fix. You're not a licensed professional. That's how I see it. Like, I'm not a licensed professional, so I'm not your therapist.
But what he needs fixing with? Like, he doesn't.
Oh, he got problems.
I mean, yeah, but he's not.
But some girls be trying to stay. You know how women are. Some women try to stay and fix their man, and like, maybe if I put more into him, I can fix him, and maybe if I do this, I can fix him. You're not a licensed professional. Don't try to fix nobody.
Okay, so there's 2 questions, and these are the last 2 questions. Well, April, I didn't see your question. Where's your question, April? I didn't see it. But okay. Okay. If a man not leading his family, would you consider him weak? If a man's not leading his family, would you consider him weak? I personally wouldn't be with no man that's not leading my family. That's not what, because I look at a man's role in a relationship that I desire as someone leading. I want a leader.
Value, so
that's what I value. There is women that don't care about that. They want a partnership. They want a man that they work in conjunction with. If there's a person that is, you know, there might be women that want to be the leader of their home. They don't want a man to lead. They want to be the leader. So this just depends on what you desire. I want a leader. I want somebody to lead me, you know, and that's something that I'm looking for. So to me, it really depends on what you want. So I wouldn't consider that man weak. I would just say, you know, what do you want? Do you want a man to lead you? You know? So Erica's saying that he is cheating, he's cheating. He is cheating, he is cheating. Oh my God, says he is cheating.
Ain't no other.
Yeah, I think he's cheating.
I mean, I tried to put it as nicely as I could.
Yeah.
Definitely cheating.
And I would say my overall purpose for I Was Her in general, so that we can, that's the last question I'm gonna answer on. I Was Her was created because not only myself, but the people that I bring on, we've all had life experiences. And I think that God puts you on this earth to be able to help other people go and grow through things. Lessons, Amber's learned lessons, my best friend Shan's learned lessons, and then I'll bring on, they've learned lessons in this life. And all we want to do is be able to help teach the lessons that you don't have to learn. So we learn the hard way so you don't have to. And so I think I'm doing it as just being able to have open dialogue about things that maybe some people would be ashamed to talk about. And I'm gonna advise you like you my homegirl. She gonna advise you like you her homegirl and be like, listen, this is what we would tell our friend. This is what we would tell our friend. You know, if you were my homegirl, I would tell you need to do X, Y, and Z. And sometimes I feel like people don't have the ability or the freedom to be able to do that with the people that they're around, because they feel like they're going to be judged, or somebody's not going to be their friend, or their friend might have heard it so many times. They're like, girl, just leave him. And you may not want to hear that again. You know, so we want to have an open, unbiased opinion from me, from whoever's on the show, about what I would tell my homegirl to do based upon my life experiences and the things that I've learned, not only by watching and experiencing myself firsthand, but also experiencing through vicariously through other people that I'm been close to.
And advice doesn't mean like we know everything. I know I don't know everything. I saw a quote that's like, honestly, advice from your friend is just giving the same advice to each other over and over again. Like Sam gives me the same advice I give her the same advice she gives me. We just trading the same.
Recycle.
We just recycling the same advice.
We recycle.
That's all. That's all friendship.
Thank you, Nappy the Straight. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you so much. So that's what that is, y'all. So anyway, I thank you guys for tuning in to the 13th episode of I Was Her. 13 episodes. The 13th episode of I Was Her. I appreciate
special for the 20th episode.
I think so. I think I should too. I think the 20th. I agree. I do agree. Alpha males are not under. I like an alpha male.
What about alpha empaths?
Okay, we're off the show. All right, y'all. It's time. Good night. It's time for Amber to go see peace. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Power up. I'm gonna see y'all in the Zoom. I'm gonna send the link in like not too long. I'm gonna send the link in not too long. Okay. So give me like 5 minutes, but I'm gonna send the link 8:45. Power up. We're gonna jump on Zoom. Okay.
How do y'all feel about alpha empath?
Love. No, we're not. Love you, April. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And then also to my homegirl over there, Nappy the Straight. Okay, well, what's up then? Okay. Y'all going in. Y'all men in here, and these women is showing out on this sticker thing. These women is showing out, and these men on here are the ones that are trying to pursue me. They haven't given me a sticker at all. But these women out here, these women on here doing a thing now, turning it up. I love y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for turning it up. So, well, you can buy a sticker to promote and just, share love for the person that's on. If you like what they saying, if you like what they doing, if you want to get their attention or ask them a question, that's what the stickers are for. So anyway, I love y'all. Have a great night. Go ahead, Shannon. What's up? Y'all just want me to be on here longer, huh? Y'all just want me to be on here longer. That's crazy. Y'all are so funny.
To her chin time.
Look, y'all looking and listen. I will do it. Look, I'll sit here. I eat chin in front of y'all. That's what it is. I'll eat chin in front of y'all. Well, I'm gonna do that on the Zoom, y'all. Y'all already know. I love you, Lola.
Lola. The Zoom is happening right after this?
Huh?
The Zoom is happening right after this?
Yeah.
Okay.
8:45. 8:45. I'm going on Zoom with my girls.
You're gonna be on until 1 a.m.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I love y'all. Ain't no hard stop here. So yeah, Shannon, you ain't lying. I had a hard stop yesterday on the Zoom. I said 2:30. So they funny. But anyway, love you guys. We are getting out of here. Emily, what's your question? People giving me money, so I'll stay on for a little bit. People they doing my stickers. I can't, when I'm seeing stickers, I can't just jump off. But what's the question? No hard stop. Y'all didn't like that hard stop, did y'all? Y'all so spoiled. There ain't no hard stop with Sam. See, okay, Lola, I see you on Power Up. I'm gonna post a link. But Emily, what's your question? I don't see it. What's Emily's question here? Is there more? No.
Just copy and paste the question from where you answered it earlier. I don't think there's a way to search. Is there a way to search?
Yeah, not like specifically. Okay, I have a question. Here we go. How do you handle a situation with having your child around a woman your child's father is with that you don't see fit to be around your child or feel comfortable with?
It's up to the parents' discretion.
Thanks, Jermaine. Turn up on them one time. Okay, thank you, Jermaine. But yeah, I would say that what she just said, honestly, Amber said it perfectly. I think you have to have a conversation with the person that you are with, that you have a child with this person, and you can express your discomfort if you feel like that you don't want this person around. You guys have a child together, so at the end of the day, just like you're gonna have people around that he may not like.
Yep, and you're gonna have to have those conversations too. So it's gonna go.
Go both ways.
People like to be like, I don't want my kid around, blah 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 blah.
But you don't want to be told.
But you don't want to be told, I don't want my kid around.
Yeah.
You know, whoever,
that's right.
whoever.
You gotta
so
know.
It has to, if you're going to be doing that, be willing to accept that that's going to be happening to you too. So it's just, before you even get into that situation, it's probably best that you have a conversation, you know, and kind of, you know, have a conversation before it. That way you kind of know where y'all both stand before you start doing that, because trust me, the expectation is going to be for you not to bring your kid around.
Period.
Anyone that you want.
Period. Well. It goes both ways. You just got to know that the pendulum swings both ways. So
even if you're being petty, it's going to start going both ways.
Period. Period. That's what I would say, Emily. And how long would you wait for a guy to ask to marry me? He got 2 years. From the time we started dating, is 2 years.
Countdown.
Put that man on a countdown. Countdown 2 years.
Bless his heart.
It probably won't take that long. It took me the first time 3 months.
It took me like 4 years.
Well, anyway, Amber. Oh my gosh.
It took me 5 years.
God bless.
That was a lot.
That's a long time. I wouldn't wait that long. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. Anyway, hard stop. Anyway, guys, love y'all. I will see you guys.
At 2 years.
Thank you. Grand closing. $10. I seen all these. Thank you for the beautiful support tonight, y'all. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and I'm gonna see you guys soon. Power up. I'm gonna send a link. Okay, I'm putting it on my Patreon. All right, y'all. Good night. You're